Nobody said having children would be easy.
Please listen.
But for the Carscallons, the parenting struggles went beyond the home.
At the time, Calgary was booming. Childcare was extremely expensive and very hard to find. Get your shoes on.
So after 7 years at an energy company, Raya took a few years off to raise her kids.
God forbid I take some time off and then come back to a position of equal rank.
She didn't. She took a starter job at another energy company instead. When a manager position opened up there that matched her years of experience, Carscallon applied. She says she was all but laughed out of the office.
He complimented my outfit and told me I didn't have to dress up.
Research shows years away from work only contribute to the wage gap, and cities with higher daycare costs have less women at work, suggesting they're forced to stay at home and watch the kids. In Toronto, it's $1,700 a month for daycare, and there are 12.6% more men than women in the workforce. The trend continues in Vancouver, where it's an 11.8% employment gap. There are 8.5% more men in Calgary's workforce and over 10% more in Edmonton.
What produces economic growth is to get more incomes into the hands of more people, and that includes women because they're super well educated, willing and ready to work if they can just get out of the house. But until that reframing clicks at the federal level, I think Canada is going to have a hard time moving ahead.
Maybe it is starting to click.
The federal government, provinces and territories have signed a multilateral agreement on childcare.
Ottawa has announced $7.5 billion over the next decade to support and create more childcare in the country, and it tells Global News more action is coming. We will introduce pay equity legislation in 2018. We are putting in place measures to increase female representation in senior management, more grants and loans for working women who want to continue their education, and changes that make work hours more flexible.
The cost of the right childcare is as much as a second mortgage.
Alberta is running a $25 a day pilot project in about 24 daycares, and it hopes to expand. The province also keeps raising minimum wage. The majority of low-income earners are women, so it helps them out. But it also means live-in caregivers cost more. Many parents rely on them, but some nannies are being priced right out of the homes they live and work in.
I've certainly heard loud and clear from Albertans right across this province that childcare is a barrier to being able to work.
Carscallon ended up leaving the corporate world and started a beauty business in her home. She's happy to be her own boss, but doesn't forget what pushed her there in the first place.
I was just done not being taken seriously.
And like many in her position, she hopes change is just around the corner. Dallas Flexhaug, Global News.